Ooh, it's kind of bright. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to said podcast, Sports Entertainment and Drinks. This is your boy LV here, kicking us off on this October evening. Um, Wait for the rest of the guys to pop in. While we do that, I guess I could get things going. Talking about my week. I had a long week. Back in school with the kids. I was feeling kind of sick last week, so I missed a couple days, but I'm back in here, back at the school, back with the squad. I was feeling kind of sick. Missed a couple days, but I'm back in here, back at the school, back with the squad. So yeah, I'm back. The homie Trill that jumped in. What's going on, Trill? School, back with the squad. So yeah, yeah, I'm back. The homie Trill jumped in. What's going on, Trill?
What's going on with you, bro?
What's going on, man? How you doing? The homie Trill jumped in. It like it's an echo or something. Yeah. All right. Well, technical difficulties, but we get that figured out. Talk about the last night, man. NBA kicked off last night. What's going on, Mel? How you doing? We had two games last night with the Lakers Nuggets, and then followed by the Suns Warriors, two or four of the West Coast teams that everybody's looking at to be for the race for that playoff spot. What's good, Trill? You good?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I get you
All
now.
right, what's good? What's good? Shout out to everybody that tuned in. What's up, Mel? What's up, everybody that's gonna be joining us later on, man? Let's get it
Good,
going.
good. I see you repping your boys. Your boys pulled off the other night. It's funny because uh, it's very rarely when we in this, on the chat playing 2K and we all tuned in watching the baseball conference championship game with the Rangers and the Astros, and you more importantly kicked us off and had us tuning in watching. We had
Yeah.
all watching baseball tonight, which is cool. But your Rangers in there. I know you guys were not necessarily looking to avoid the Phillies, but you avoid the Phillies. You got you get the Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks, Arizona.
Diamondbacks. Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
man, that should be an interesting uh World Series, and you can speak more for it than I can. I know watching that game and not really being into it because our team is not in it, the Tigers. Uh that rookie was he? I don't know if he's a rookie, but the MVP. I'm sorry, the MVP. Uh
Garcia, Aldoni
Garcia,
Garcia. Yes, sir.
beast,
Yeah,
beast.
it's a problem, man. Man, it's good for the city.
Yeah.
Last time we was in this position back in 2011, it didn't go the way we wanted it to go. Um, it's good because we technically are rebuilding. This was supposed to be a rebuilding year. We're
Mm.
ahead of the curve right now. You know what I'm saying? We got we got some pitching this year that's been helping us throughout the year. We got some nice bats that's coming through in the clutch, man. So it's good for the city. It's good for the Texas Rangers organization. Chris Young, our executive VP, came in, made big moves off top, man. He wanted a championship and he's getting it done. So we start off this Friday against Arizona Diamondbacks. I really wanted the Diamondbacks instead of the Phillies,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah, yeah.
But it's gonna be a good series, man. It's not gonna be. We got to earn it. We here now. We didn't come here to lose, so we'll see what happens.
So let's stick with this for a minute. Let's stick with this concept of having while waiting the rest of the guys to pop in. This is off the dome. So let's talk about having your team in that championship in your city. How does that feel? Because I know you guys grew up, you guys had the Cowboys more, most importantly, the Cowboys, the Mavs, Dallas Mavericks, now the Texas Rangers. How does it feel having not just your team, but having everybody, the whole world looking at your team and your city?
I mean, it felt good, man. For one, you proud just because, I've been there, through the struggles when we was losing 100 games,
Mhm.
for the season. So, it's been a tough road, but it's I'm very proud of them boys, man. Like I said, it's good for the city. The city is up on it now. Everybody's live, so it's a good look at the end of the day. I just hope that the boys go out there and do what they're supposed to do and bring one home for the city. But I'm hella proud, man. Hella proud right now.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I know. Growing up in Detroit, man, we had the Lions won that great of a team. They had a couple playoff glimpses in the early '90s, but for the 2000s, you had the late '90s to 2000s, you had the Detroit Red Wings, our hockey team. Uh,
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to see. I was born the year that the Tigers won the World Series in '84. We seen them go in '06. So they're having the world come in and we hosted the Super Bowl. I'm like, of course you guys have too, but
Yeah.
you guys hosted and been in the Super Bowl. We only hosted, so I love the fact that when we hosted, the whole world was here in the city, and I just can't wait till our team actually get to that point where we can talk about Super Bowl. But yeah, I know the city's
Yeah.
buzzing right now. It's Dallas. They always got the eyes on them, no matter the Cowboys or what.
Hopefully this wake the Cowboys up, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They should be there cheering them on. More importantly, but so I was getting into the NBA opening week, man. I caught a couple of games last night, but I know you were back and forth watching your boys take care of business. But we had some big games to kick us off. We had the Lakers Nuggets. Then we had the Suns Warriors. The Suns Warriors were a little more competitive. Man, I tell you what, I like Chris Paul with that Warriors team. Um,
Really?
you know what? For what I
I feel like
seen,
they're too small, man.
yeah, but I think the other thing will make up for it. So once you get your defenders back, Draymond didn't play.
Yeah,
You
he
already
didn't.
know Andrew Wiggins to be a defender. But I'm talking about just the pace of the offense. You can have him, Clay, and Steph out there, and so you don't have to worry about uh, having Steph push point. He can just run the screen. He'll always do anyway. Run the screen.
Yeah.
I have a true point guard who's not worried about scoring. Um, and then I the Suns are the Suns. They loaded. They didn't have Bill last night, but I think they look different. I'm just worried about. I keep worried about them getting the ISO ball, and which they turn into like all right, just straight one-on-one ball. Forget the plays. How did you feel about just a couple of games that was on last night?
For the Laker game, man. Man, we gotta Denver's a problem, bro. Um, Denver's gonna hold it down. I think they're gonna be at top of the West when it's all said and done. They got the best big man in the game right now, obviously in Joker. And people need to start respecting Jamal Murray, man. Jamal Murray is a problem, man. He's always in the clutch, making plays down the stretch when they need it, hitting big shots. He's been doing it, when he's healthy. I think he's like 2 years removed from that ACL injury he had, and he's showing up. He's showing up and showing out. So I expected Denver to win, and they won the game. The Lakers got close a couple times, but I knew Denver was gonna take that game, man. Joker and them boys is a problem. The Warriors game, the Suns. I get Devin Booker hell, but that boy look like he's on a mission this
Yeah,
year. I
yeah,
have to admit it.
yeah.
Devin Booker he's gonna be a problem. And then they did that without Bradley Beal. That's another 20, 25 points right there. So Phoenix gonna be a problem too.
Yeah. No, yeah, and I'm looking at the Lakers box score, man. It's just they got to identify who they're gonna be, what they're gonna be.
Yeah,
For me, I said it all off season. I think they had too many small forward, power forwards on that team.
yeah.
Not enough guys who can handle the ball. I mean, the highest scoring player was LeBron, of course, with 21 points. Anthony Davis 6 for 17, and
He gotta show up, man.
not
AD
only
gotta
that,
show up.
not only that. Joker is making this guy look like a fool. Now, Joker is Joker. We
Very
give him
true.
that best player in the league right now. Say what you want to say. You can argue that all day, every day. But
Yeah.
he making one of the best defenders in the league, the best front court defender in the league, look crazy. He's
Mm-hmm.
he's beating him off the dribble. This guy don't look like he can run faster than anybody in the world, but he can beat Anthony Davis off the dribble, easy layup.
Mm-mm-mm.
I mean, I can
They don't
say
want to see Joker, man.
no. I can say he's because Joker's unpredictable. He has a crazy shot. He can shoot over just about anybody. His pick and roll game now with Aaron Gordon with his resurgence, and like you said, Jamal Murray, that 1, 2, 3 punch, it works, and it's gonna be scary. I just right, and it gets us to our next point. Like I mean, I guess we can jump into it. I'm trying to wait for the other guys, but shoot, we can get right into it. Who you look like to be a favorite in the West? I mean,
Mm.
got to throw on the champs first because I think it's top notch. But there's some other fun teams out there. But I think right now, just winning it, And the Joker, I mean, the joke. I say the Joker. The Joker's in the Nuggets. Joker in the Nuggets, man. It's just gonna be. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Denver right now, just because they are the reigning champs. The West is gonna be stacked this year, though.
Oh yeah.
You got Phoenix. You can't sleep on the Clippers. When Ja gets back, Memphis may be a problem too with the additions that they added. The West is gonna be stacked, but when it's all said and done, man, give me Denver. I can see Denver winning close to 60 games, 57, 58, especially if they stay healthy. And then you got veterans on that team like KCP, you know what I'm saying, just coming in, holding it down, man. Like that organization is top notch right now. They got all the pieces in the right position. Aaron Gordon, is a nice big to have on the team right now. To go alongside Joker, you know what I'm saying? So give me Denver in the West, man.
I mean, like you said, you got Reggie Jackson coming in playing 24 minutes. I thought he was done. You give him a chance. He puts valuable minutes up. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be some fun teams in the West for sure. You still got the Kings. We still. I mean, I think me and you was in agreement with what happened with Portland. Some of them. I still think that young team is gonna be fun to watch. Championship contender, no,
No.
but fighting for that spot playing, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
What's your
Even I was gonna say too before we go to the East, even the teams in the bottom teams in the West, got something to look forward to. You got San Antonio with Wemby. You know what I'm saying? We know what he's gonna bring to the table. Then you got young teams like Utah. You know what I'm saying? They got some decent players. With John Collins and Jordan Clarkson. So man, even the bottom team in the West is gonna make some noise. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be interesting to see who makes that play in and who doesn't. So it's gonna be
Can't forget about
crazy.
the Mavs too. The Mavs, I mean, with Luka and then Kyrie. I mean, yeah, you sure, but they still Luka's still top 5 player in the NBA. Kyrie still probably top 10, top 12, top 15 player. I'm not counting them out, but you
My
know the team better than me.
my only worry with my Mavs is Jason Kidd. I feel like he has too much to work with.
Mm,
I think one of the problems we had last year is Jason Kidd and his adjustment as far as the lineups in throughout the nights.
mm,
It felt like he didn't know what he wanted to do. We were changing starting lineups night in, night out, and I feel like you need to establish your file to build that chemistry and just go forward like that. With Jason Kidd, he's in and out. This one night somebody will start, the next night they on the bench and don't play at all. So,
mm.
but I mean, as far as like the players, we got the talent to make some noise in the West. It's just gonna be a matter of what Jason Kidd does with that talent. So we'll see.
Okay. Like I said, we can jump over to the East really quickly. No, not the MVP. Let's skip one. The East. The East to me is really more wide open than anything. Of course, you get Lillard going to team up with Giannis. The Celtics get better with adding Porzingis and they got Drew
Drew
Holiday.
Holiday.
Um, I, to me, is more. I would pick Boston just off paper on just off the top of my head. But I think it'd be between Boston and the Bucks. I mean, you
Gotta go
can't.
Bucks.
Yeah. I mean, but you still got the Heat still rolling around here. You still got those other teams to compete. But I just think Lillard brings that presence to that Bucks team that they would just been missing to get back to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, give me with the East, give me Boston, man. I've been screaming it, throughout the offseason. And then when they got Drew, man, that was a big addition. Like people gonna sleep on that addition. For you to bring in that type of defender after losing Marcus Smart, you know what I'm saying? That's big for Boston. And if KP stay healthy, man, they got something out there cooking in Boston, man. KP, gets slept on just because, again, he really doesn't stay healthy. But
Yeah.
if you look at the numbers, he's always top 5, top 10 in shot blocking, so he can protect the rim. And he's gonna give you 19 points, you know what I'm saying, on average, and maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 boards. But I expect Boston to come out the East. Milwaukee's gonna be right there too. When it's all said and done, I just don't feel like Milwaukee has the same defense that they had. With losing Drew Holiday, that's a big hole in the defense.
That's big.
Yeah, that is big. But Milwaukee will be there, number 2 maybe. number 2 seed, but give me Boston out the East.
Okay. All right. I mean, I think this will be easier than we think it is. But for me, I mean, after the performance we saw last night, man, I can't see him not getting another MVP if he keeps it up. I mean, he makes now it's like, oh wow, he's great. Oh wow, now he's making it look too easy. I mean, with that offense rolling like they did last night, I mean, granted, it's the Lakers. Lakers still trying to find out who they're gonna be. I'm not really sold on them. I still think they're a bottom tier playoff team. So they figure out what they want, what their identity is, because you gotta get Anthony Davis to be your best player. I love LeBron, but Anthony Davis has to be the best player day in and day out. Um,
Right.
yeah, you shooting 6 for 16, 6 for 17, and then getting whooped on defense, not gonna cut it. But yeah, I think the Joker another MVP.
Yeah. Man, just think about it. If Joker does win MVP, man, like you got to put him up there as like one of the top
Oh yeah,
bigs.
yeah,
You got to.
sure.
I'm gonna have to go Joker. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go Joker, man. I mean, I would love to see my boy Luca win it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We'll see what happens with that with the Mavs and Jason Kidd, but man, Joker may mess around and win it again. Giannis might make some noise. You still got to put him B. Even Tatum, you know what I'm saying? Tatum out there in Boston could make some noise too for that MVP as well. But yeah, give me Joker right now, man.
Yeah, I can't argue that, man. Unless he has just an epic fail in production, I just can't see it. And the offense looks
Yeah.
way too easy for him. All right, another fun question. Oh, excuse me. What team are you looking forward to seeing other than your own team? So you're Mavs, the number one team. Mine's the Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan for years. What other team would you like? All right, I'm gonna watch this team. It seems to be fun to watch. Other than
Mm, Milwaukee. I mean, I want to see what that duo does, obviously, with Dame and Giannis. Curious to see how that's going to work. I feel like it will work. So I'm looking forward to seeing Milwaukee. Phoenix. I want to see how that trio is going to work with Bill, Booker,
mm-hmm.
Durant, obviously. Um, if I'm going to the East, in the East, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what the Knicks do. I love my boy Jalen Brunson. I want to see if he's going to be able to continue to carry that team to the playoffs. Definitely want to look at see what the Knicks are able to do. And then San Antonio. I'm curious to see what Wemby does.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to be a damn cheat code. Me and Viz, we always on the 2K, man. I was just telling y'all yesterday, I feel like Wemby is gonna he's gonna have that type of like that my career type, that vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna make some noise early. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with the Spurs, man. He's in a perfect situation with Pop. So yeah.
They said that last night I was watching that game. Like you get a 18, 19-year-old phenom with one of the best coaches to ever coach the game.
Crazy.
I mean, Pop can stick around now for another 10 years.
He extended his career.
For
real. I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna coach this young man.
What? But I'm still looking forward to see this Portland Trailblazers team. I like the roster. They're young. I want to see a more explosive Aiden, like take control Aiden. You wanted out of Phoenix. You got what you wanted. You seem to be happy at the presser. Hey man, you got you, Michael Brogdon, Jeremy Grant, Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp, Anthony Simmons, Maurice Stout. They got some names.
They got some names,
Marco
man.
Williams. I mean, I don't know how long he's going to be on the team. I can't see him and maybe it works, but then I mean
they could easily flip him and get something else if they want to.
That team, like this, the young talent on there alone, I'm looking forward to see how that works. I mean, other than Brogdon, who's 30, he's the oldest guy on the team. But shoot, I'm looking forward to see how they look too. So yeah, I guess we kind of covered this next part really quickly, man. Like, how good will his rookie year be? And we talking about the guy at Wemby, 7'5", 7'4", 7'5", shot blocking. Like, I know, and Dolly get on us. Our homie Dolly. Shout out to Dolly. get on us all the time about how we were, saying he may be too skinny or too this. I know I had my doubts, but I was wrong early about Anthony Davis and his defense being too skinny. But man, seeing this guy in those last few preseason games, them shot blocking, able to run back and forth on the court with these grown men, hey, I think he's gonna have a great rookie year. Um,
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, we talked about it. He's in a perfect situation with Pop. Pop gonna get that boy right, man. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I can't just get him rookie of the year. I
yeah,
just I want to see what Chet does first. You know, he's gonna be in the running for it as well.
yeah,
So I can't just give it to Wemby, but I mean it's there for the taking for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, you 7'4". I mean, you're gonna be a problem on both sides of the ball. He's 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 handling the ball like a rookie. I mean, like a point guard as well. So it's gonna be crazy to see what happens, man.
yeah. I forgot about the OKC team as one of the teams. As he stepped away for a second, as one of those young teams too, we was talking about looking at, man. You get Chet back playing his official rookie year. Um, yeah, they got a young, good team too. With Shea taking another step, being him possibly moving to a top 5, top 10 player in the league. So you got Lou Dort, Josh Giddey back. Um, so yeah, I like the way they're going. So that's another team we could talk about for the future of the NBA, man. I like the way the NBA is going as far as our future players and young players. Um, so yeah, as we uh, move along, man, we're gonna head right over to the NFL, man. I think one of the biggest stories this week, I know because the kids in my school would not stop talking about it. Uh, Kevin Byard, man, he is a Philadelphia Eagle, and I saw it the night before. I said I thought it was just little trade rumors here and there. Then I come back the next morning, it's official. He is an Eagle. What up, Avery? Okay, so yeah. Okay, so he's another young team too that we was need to keep an eye on.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, Kevin Byard, man. I know it's near and dear to you because of your division, and the Eagles seem like they get richer and richer. And I think you was the one who said they were buying another championship.
pretty much. I mean, we got to figure out what's going on with Philly and Tennessee. It's like Tennessee has a player, you know what I'm saying, an all pro. Philly be like, we got to get him. We got to get him. You know, with AJ Brown, he turn around to get this safety. And I'm going to be real. He's a Cowboy killer. You know, he had 2 picks the last time the Cowboys faced him. And then, you know, he was dancing on the star. But they got him a nice safety. He's going to make some plays for him on the defensive side of the ball in that secondary. Um, I just wish my boy Jerry Jones was this aggressive when it comes to the, acquiring players in the trade deadline. But the Eagles got one, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's gonna be a problem, man. He's gonna be a problem out there in the NFC East for them Philly, the Eagles there, man.
Yeah, that signing was big for them. Definitely helps out. I thought that the Eagles secondary looked a little soft, but adding him to the mix definitely shored some things up.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, that's kind of tough, man. Don't look good for the NFC.
Yeah. Yeah, and it goes back to Tennessee because living here, a lot of the rumors were he was going to get traded because of that contract. Number one, and just trying to free up space. And Derrick Henry, I thought Derrick Henry would go first because that was the one people were hyping up the most. So I wouldn't be surprised if Derrick Henry is moving the next week or two, or at least before deadline. But the way that Tennessee is going, they starting the rookie this year. I mean this week. Will Levis is getting the start over Malik Willis. So
that's crazy.
it says a lot about Malik Willis. Number one, he came in last week in the game they played over in London when the quarterback Tannehill got hurt, and I don't know if it was just the moment or what. He didn't look good. I don't know if the play calls or what, but he just everything he did, he just took off running. He tried to get a couple plays off. It didn't look good. I don't know if they set him up and they didn't set him up right. I mean, you never can predict an injury happening to your star quarterback, but you gotta be prepared for when it does. So, yeah, it's just little Titans news if anybody cared about that. Moving on, man. Man, so we see the 49ers lose 2 in a row. You can say the first game, all right, he loses. Brock Purdy loses. Debo, Chris McCaffrey. McCaffrey comes back, play last week. Debo's still out. They still lose. He still didn't look good. He looked a little better. He did the week before. They still lose. Do you think the tape is out on Brock Purdy? He had a whole good year last year coming in, taking over from double injury quarterbacks coming over. And you know how it is. The quarterbacks come in. We don't know nothing about them. Last pick in the draft. So you don't have a game tape on this guy. And he's pretty successful. What do you think is going on in his last 2 games? I'll put his stats up.
I feel like, and I knew this was gonna happen. I mean, it was a lot of unknown with him. A lot of defenses didn't know what to expect. As far as like who they was facing. I do feel like the tape is out. I feel like teams are now waking up for Brock Purdy now. They know he's not just a pushover quarterback at this point. So he's going to get the best out of a lot of defenses that he's going to be seeing from here on out. It's just a matter of what he's going to do. At this point, how are you going to face these teams? Because they're up now. They know what you're capable of now. He hasn't looked great, turning the ball over. In those moments where you need your quarterback to be able to, make those plays for, especially when you're fighting back and you're trying to score, a game-winning drive, and he was unable to do that. A lot of people are saying it's because of Debo. I don't feel like. Don't get me wrong, Debo not being there, it hurts a bit. But I mean, when he is there, they're just handing him the ball as if he's a running back. So I mean, you're not really missing too much, in my opinion. But yeah, man, I think the tape is out on Purdy. I think he might struggle from here on out, possibly. But we'll definitely see what happens.
I think we jumping the gun a little bit here with this one. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is his first time losing back-to-back games.
Yeah,
first time losing period.
Yeah, losing period.
Yeah,
and when you see that, no, this is not his first time losing, but when you see that, I mean,
the last 2 games are his first 2 losses.
Yeah, it's undefeated last. It was
last week. Undefeated.
In the playoffs, they lost. He was on the field. I mean, he got hurt.
Oh, I mean, okay.
Talk to him more.
Technically,
talk to him more.
So for me, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I think we just jumping the gun a little bit. Of course, they giving him their best look now. He's gained that respect. But with any quarterback, you just got to up your game. And I don't think it's gonna be a thing where like he gonna fall off, crash, and burn. You know what I'm saying? I think the 49ers are the 49ers. They still got one of the best coaches in the NFL, and they're gonna figure it out. And I think it'll turn around. It may not look as pretty as it did last year, but I don't think it's time to hit the panic button or to assume or say, kind of allude to like he's just gonna have this fall off.
When it's all said and done, they're gonna regret trading Trey Lance. Mark my words.
Ooh, hot take. Hot take.
All right.
Hot take.
What you got, Nooch?
I think that a little bit on what Mars said, the tape is out. So, I mean, we either going to see a decline or we're going to see improvement. And that's with any young quarterback, man. Once they take those first couple of losses, this is when you really find out what he's made of. I mean, we already know he's a little injury prone. We saw what happened in the playoffs. And these last 2 games, man, he just didn't look like himself, man. Of course, the most recent game against the Vikings, he didn't have Debo. But to lose that other game to the Browns with a backup, that's tough. That's tough, man. And Minnesota's not known for having defense either at all. They got one of the worst secondaries in the NFL. So, I mean, I think that is good for him. It's either going to make or break him. And now to see what he made of, man. Let's see how he bounced back. So far, no good though. So far, no good. But let's see how he bounced back.
Nucha, if you had to guess, do you think he's gonna have a fall off, or do you think that he figures it out?
I think with Kyle Shanahan offense that he's gonna be okay. I think that I think that he'll be fine. He'll kind of figure it out. Not him necessarily, but I got faith in Kyle Shanahan that they'll kind of figure it out eventually. How long is Debo Samuel gonna be out? Do anybody know? Because that's crucial. That's crucial.
I mean, I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah,
But they still have a lot of weapons, though. It's not like they devoid of weapons. You still have McCaffrey out there. You still have Brandon Ayuk out there.
They do.
They got Kittle out there.
They do. But I think with missing Debo, I'm not gonna say a lot of people get exposed, but Kettle hasn't looked like Kettle since he played the Cowboys. Kettle ain't looked like Kettle since he played Dallas. So I think that what teams are able to do now is stack the box a little bit, slow down McCaffrey, and kind of put hands on Kettle because you don't got to double team Debo, and you're not gonna double team Ayuk. So it's gonna be tricky to see how they adapt to this new offense without Debo.
Real quick, intro before we move on, we got I messed my screen up. We talked about Kevin Byard real quick to the Eagles, man. What's your take on that real quick?
The rich get richer, man.
For real.
The Eagles, man, once again it's Super Bowl or bust. It's Super Bowl or bust, man. Just with that talent, with all the talent they have, they gotta at least get a ring in these next 2 or 3 years, man. AJ Brown is playing out his mind. I'm sorry, AJ Brown. If you got corners that ain't physical or ain't ready to scrap, hey, you don't want to play the Eagles, man, because AJ Brown is playing crazy, and even the running back is looking good too. Swift.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Swift is looking real good.
Swift is looking good. They got the most unstoppable quarterback sneak in the NFL. I mean,
I still ain't figured out like how they doing it. And you see other teams try to do it, and it fails every time.
When Dallas tried to do it, Dak was rolling and tumbling and fumbling. He couldn't even get there. So yeah, I mean, I'm not an Eagles fan, but you got to give credit to the Eagles, man. They are stacking this talent and they know how to use them. That defensive line is probably one of the most scariest defensive lines with Sweat, Carter, Cox, Davis, the Reddick off the other side. That's crazy, man. But yeah, the Eagles get richer, man. They get better. It's still Super Bowl or bust, man.
Hey, I've also heard too. They not finished making noise. They saying they trying to get a corner, and I'm hearing PS2, Patrick Surtain. I'm hearing that name out there. So if they get him, oh my God.
Yeah. Darius Slay got to be included in that trade, man. I hope who are y'all giving up?
Not necessarily.
They're gonna try to pair him, if anything.
Where's the money coming from, man?
I got a question, Nucho.
Hey.
So the Eagles Dolphins. Who was the best receiver on the field?
I'm going with AJ Brown.
Okay. Remember we had that talk about that last week. I told you he was it's a difference with him. He's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's out there running
that. Tyreek Hill did his thing, but that physicalness that AJ Brown brings to the table, just because most of these corners, I mean, let's talk, they're skinny guys, don't really want to tackle. You got a few that want to tackle, but what AJ Brown brings to the table, man, if you weigh in under 205, you kind of nervous. You're definitely nervous out there in that secondary, man.
To me, he's like TO 2.0.
He is. He is big, physical, and fast. And
I respect that.
Not only that, I would say this. He got better, like you said, 2.0, because he got better hands than TO. He made a catch in that Dolphins game when he dove out, man. He got better hands than TO, but yeah.
Well, who are you taking? AJ Brown or DK Metcalf?
Ooh. Give me AJ Brown.
I'm gonna go with AJ Brown just because of the consistency.
Yeah.
AJ Brown, I think, has had the most 130-yard receiving yard games. I think he's on 6 or 7 in a row, something like that. It's crazy.
DK can't stay healthy.
Yeah,
he's not available, and that's part of being a great player.
Being available
out there.
Facts.
Right.
This is a quick side question. Shouldn't take long. Have we seen the last Justin Fields as a starting quarterback for Chicago Bears?
I honestly don't think so. How can you pass up on Caleb Williams though? If you have that top pick, how do you pass up on Caleb Williams being Chicago? So if they had that top pick, hey, I'm taking Caleb over Justin.
I'm just asking. So is Tyson
Badgett.
The rest of the year, you go over him. He's 1-1.
He looked good.
He's pretty decent. He's pretty decent. That's number 17, right? The quarterback. Yeah. He's pretty decent, man. He's pretty decent. I mean, you know what? It's crazy because I got this little picture I'm gonna send y'all. Before he got injured, his stats were similar to Pat Mahomes. I'm gonna show y'all. It's a weird stat, but his passing.
Well, that's because his last 3 or 4 games, ever since that comment he made about the coach, it feel like a robot.
The offense and stuff.
Offenses look totally better.
Yeah. Right.
He still got some losses, but he looks better. He looked way better than he did in the beginning of the season. So,
they're calling plays to his strength, like we've been screaming.
Yes. Sometimes you got to dump. I hate to say it, dumb down the playbook. Sometimes it could have been more too complicated. Maybe just he wasn't comfortable. Make your quarterback comfortable. This is your number 1 player on your franchise. Make him comfortable.
Right.
All right.
Well, here was the thing, though. We always knew that he had a rocket arm, right?
True.
Yeah.
True.
And if you're gonna go for a deep ball, isn't that an easier read than trying to, see what type of coverage somebody is doing? They shell over the middle and stuff like that. If you're asking him to do that, that's when he's getting in trouble.
Right. Well, that's
you're taking the deep shots. All you gotta do is get there and put it in the bucket.
Hey, you sound like me when I first played 2K for the first time. I was throwing bombs every play. You can't throw bombs every play, man. You gotta work the field a little bit, but I feel you though, Mar. I feel you. Throw the ball deep, but you can't do it every play.
I mean, you can't do it every play, but I'm just saying that plays to his strength. That's all I'm saying.
Does. It does.
They allow him to do that, and he's been looking better.
Right.
All right. So as we do it to other teams, we have to do it to our own teams. Marv, here we go. Man, Lions and Bears. Are they who we thought they were?
I couldn't wait for this segment.
So we had somebody who's screaming. He says he's joking, but he says, "Who do we beat?" And then we come play some comp, and we look lost. We look that I finally. So I live in Nashville. I don't get to see the Lions game unless I go on the app. Now we have the Lions on Fox. I'm sitting here watching the Lions, and I want to throw up. I don't know, man. Like we just look lost on defense.
Y'all don't need to panic.
I don't think we're panicking.
No, I don't think y'all need to panic. I think it's more on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens figuring it out. Lamar Jackson, I think he's back. I think he's using his weapons. His weapons, especially his last game, they stepped up for him big. Even Odell Beckham, what I'm saying? He's still producing somewhat. But I think it's more on the Ravens starting to figure it out with the, as far as the offensive side of the ball. But I think this was just a humble loss for y'all. I think this game is going to make y'all kind of look in the mirror and just kind of decide on like who we are, like really, who is the Detroit Lions. We're going to be able to find out when y'all play, the Raiders this Monday, or this Monday coming up. Y'all should be able to bounce back, from that L y'all took, because y'all boys got destroyed. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Even that play where I think it was a play where Lamar Jackson was running the sweep and the offensive lineman was, blocking for him. He just took the boy out the stadium. I was like, oh my God. But man, I think y'all boys will be all right, man. I think it's more just, again, Baltimore. I think Baltimore figured it out, and y'all had to get the lower end of it. So.
I mean, they definitely took a good old-fashioned butt kicking. That's what it was. I think there's not a whole bunch of John Harbaughs out there. And, he just got out-coached. I mean, you look at it, what I saw and what Trill just said, they came in with a mindset of, okay, Detroit want to play smash mouth football, but that's been our DNA since forever, and we're better at it, and they showed that. And I think that Detroit I feel like the Detroit Lions probably started to drink started smelling themselves. They was hearing the clippings and seeing everything and being power ranked in the top 5 and number ones and all of that, and they came out there expecting that they was going to just bully the Ravens, and that when that didn't happen, they looked shook.
Yeah.
So that's what they got to get back to. They got to go out there, establish themselves on D. They got to stay physical. I didn't see all those crazy blocks from Laporta. I didn't see my man's the right tackle. I didn't see him dominating and making crazy plays. So they just got to, get back to outworking everybody and stop feeling themselves.
Yeah, it's definitely a punch in the mouth, man. But I think the most damning stat of the night and was
They couldn't run it.
I'm not even talking about offense. Offense, they got some look in the mirror to do, but the defense is supposed to be our staple, our front seven. Mark, can you tell me how many tackles for losses we had that game? On top of your head,
I didn't really see any.
Probably none.
2 tackles for loss. Mark, can you tell me how many sacks we had that game?
0.
0. How many times we hit Lamar Jackson?
2 or 3.
Oh.
We got hit once.
We hit him one time, and it should have been in like a 9-yard sack, and he got away and ran for a first down.
But that don't count as a hit. That don't count as a hit.
That's crazy.
That'd be the tackle. The hit is when he get pressure.
Pressure.
This is the first time, I kid you not, I seen Aiden Hutchinson gassed on the sideline. They had a protection set up for him. Oh yeah, all right. You not get past his left tackle. Who was it? Staley? Who had a left tackle?
Staley. Yeah, Staley. Yep.
Staley. And then you had the big boy number 46. Nah, you gonna get some of this too. You'll get some of this action too.
260 fullback.
And man, it was a lot. And then one more question for you, Mar. Who's the leading receiver for the Baltimore Ravens?
Tight end?
Andrews?
Nope.
It wasn't Andrews?
Nope. Gus Edwards, 80 yards.
Lamar Jackson. I'm so tired of seeing him move up the field. He is not fast. Like, why y'all don't tackle this man? Like, he is not supposed to gain yards like that.
But that goes to show that Lamar Jackson was getting out. He had 357 yards. He was getting the ball out quick. Gus had a catch. Zay had 4. Mark had 4. Odell had 5 catches. 5 catches. That's a season high for him.
Yeah.
But they were really short routes. We weren't airing the ball down the field. A lot of short routes. And this is one time I feel that our linebackers aren't the linebackers that we need to cover. Here's my drift. The linebackers that we need to cover. You guys can read between the lines. We got. I don't know. Every time I looked up, I seen a ball get through over number 46, 47, 34, and they just looked lost. Campbell looked lost. Anzalone looked lost. I mean, we got to tighten that up.
I think that y'all needed an L like that just to kind of every good team that's on the roll.
I think that's overrated.
No.
Like that.
I agree. It's true. It's true, man. It's the regular season. It's week 5. I mean, week 6, week 7. Nobody's gonna be thinking about this 2 or 3 weeks from now. Kind of like you don't even hear about the Cowboys and 49ers game. Like it's one of those games that you need to kind of get you in shape to be like, we're not where we need to be. We got some more work to do. You got a good team, but we got some more work to do. So y'all will be good, man. It's an AFC game. Don't really count against y'all. Y'all still leading the division, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. We have 2 games.
Pick your head up, son.
I'm not worried.
Now, it was an ass whooping.
That was eye-opening. That was eye-opening. Like, wait.
It was an eye-opening ass whooping. I didn't think it was going to go that way, but y'all will be all right. Y'all got the Raiders next?
Yeah, Monday night.
Yeah.
Monday night.
Yeah. That'd be a good game.
I don't think Garoppolo's playing. I think he's still hurt. So, I don't want that to be a game we go ahead and feast on the backup. They all this. No, man.
Right.
Field, man. I don't want to. Nah. All right, man. We jump right to our predictions, man. When I put this first game on, I had to double check to see if the records behind these teams are true. I'm checking it right now again to double check. I know I'm making a mistake or two, but the 5-2 Jaguars at the 4-2 Steelers.
My Steelers. I picked them.
Yo, Steelers.
I picked them to win the division.
I'm gonna get my book. I got my book. I'm gonna find out.
I'll pick another year.
But yeah, 5-2 and 4-2. I know for me, the first 2 weeks we saw the Steelers play. I think the first week I said they don't get Mike Tomlin fired. I said it on this show. Damn,
Hey,
2 games later, he's still hanging around. But
Mike Tomlin is doing some of the hardest coaching he probably ever done.
The last few years, especially.
This is crazy for them to be 4-2 because Najee Harris has looked like one of the worst running backs in the league right now.
Yeah.
For them to be able to do this, of course, I still feel like it's all due to the defense, and they got a little splash of offense here and there with Pickens. But yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Steelers, baby. I'm gonna ride with the Steelers, and the reason why is because I say it every week when we pick. They got T.J. Watt and Highsmith, man. That pass rush is a problem. It's definitely a problem, and they're gonna give Trevor Lawrence. They're gonna make Trevor Lawrence run. He got a bum knee right now, but he's still able to move. But I think they're gonna make it tough for him.
Lucho, we all know what position that you need to have, and who's gonna predominantly bring you wins in the NFL.
You're right.
And when you look at this matchup between Trevor Lawrence and Pickett,
right?
Who do you think is the better of the two?
Oh, definitely Trevor. Definitely Trevor. Not even close.
And when you look at the wide receiver matchup between Kurt and Pickens and Ridley and those guys versus what they offer against Pittsburgh, who do you think has the edge in that?
Jaguars definitely do, but
let them cook. Let them cook.
We're getting somewhere.
And what we just talked about, we all agree Najee Harris looks tired or something is off with him, right?
Right.
And who do the Jaguars have? One of your guys.
ETN. Yeah.
All right. So it's a clean sweep on offense that they have an advantage, right?
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so ain't no way in hell Steelers about to win at home against.
Hold on, my friend. But you said nothing about the Steelers' defense. The Steelers got a good secondary.
You gotta score points. Both teams got to play defense, but you got to score some points.
You're right. Man. You're right. Or the defense can hold the Jags down, and you can score just enough.
They not stopping Jags like that, bro. I think it's going to be a close game. Only reason why it's going to be close is because Steelers at home. They don't have a terrible tile going, but it ain't going to be enough. It's nothing the Steelers that I fear from the Steelers in this matchup against the Jaguars. They got the better weapons. They got the experience.
Now, let me just say this: the Steelers beat the Buccaneers. The Steelers also beat the Bills. They also beat the Falcons. And they also beat the Browns.
I mean, the Bills ain't who we thought we were.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait a minute. That was preseason. Take that out.
God damn, boy.
Come on, Ducho.
Hey, I'm riding with the Steelers trio. What you got?
Man, say, give me the Jags, man. For all the reasons my boy Marv described, man. I'm going to go with the team that has the better offense. I mean, the Steelers defense, they're going to make some plays, obviously. I mean, they are, they got a good defense, but it's going to come down to quarterback play. And for that, give me Trevor Lawrence, man.
Yeah, I'm going with the Jags too, man. You sleeping on boy Josh Allen, man. He's having a phenomenal year. He's menacing these quarterbacks out here. And as long as your boy gonna look nervous back there in that pocket. Somebody putting up points. He has been a defensive wrecking crew by himself.
I believe in the Steelers front seven. They played the Ravens 2 weeks ago, held them to 10 points. Let's not take that away from the Steelers.
They'll find themselves.
Well, we all just said that Lamar hadn't hit the on switch yet.
You said that. That's what you said.
Hit the on switch yet.
You really got Pittsburgh winning the division?
Yeah, I do. I just like the if they could get Najee Harris on board, they'll look a lot better. I thought he was going to play better at the beginning of the year. He was one of the reasons why I picked them, because I just felt like with a running game and a defense and the AFC, they would have been all right. They would have been enough. And then, they got a couple of receivers out there. But
I just feel like at some point they're gonna be knocked down to reality again.
They might.
I don't feel like this is a playoff team. at all, honestly.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Jaguars are going to take advantage of them boys.
And the standout player that they got that I'm most curious about is Jalen Harris. The backup running back or spell running back, whatever you want to call him.
Jalen Warren.
Warren, yeah. He's out there. Yeah. He's out there making. He's got hands, bro. They throw it to him about 6 to 8 times a game, and he's producing in that role.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he takes over that spot.
I was just about to say that because if you look at the side by side stats, he's averaging the same amount of rushing yards as Najee with less carries. So significantly less, but he's looked more productive per yard, per game too. So I can see, like Marlon said, I can see a switch coming that way. But I still roll the Jags though. All right, I double check this too. Browns 4-2 at the 4-2 Seahawks.
Ooh.
PJ Walker, not bad. I mean,
he's scary.
He's winning.
Sometimes when you watch it, you be like, "Oh, PJ don't," and then
he's confident. I give him that.
Yeah. I mean,
he don't got nothing to lose
at all. But and the defense is starting to come around. Nah, never mind. I don't want to say defense come around. They gave up 39 points, 38 points to Gardner Minshew and the boys. I'm rolling with PJ and the Browns, man. Deshaun, take as long as you need. We'll let PJ run the show.
I'm going with PJ too. I got the Browns too.
Give me the Browns, man. That defense is fully.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Browns too, but my concern is what's up with Kenneth Walker. Like he ain't looking the same. I don't know what's up with that.
Disappointment in fantasy.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. And I think they really need that splash from him, man. Like it's if you double team Metcalf and you lock it out there, like you know what I'm saying, they really need something from that run game. And
yeah,
they need to put Kenneth Walker. We need you to come back.
Everybody put theirs already.
Yeah.
All right. One more little tidbit about PJ Walker. He has not thrown a touchdown yet. He's 0 touchdown, 4 interceptions.
He just need to manage the game. He just need to manage the game like he's been doing. That defense is crazy.
Their running game is great too. You got Jerome Ford, who's making big plays for him, and welcome back Kareem Hunt, who's got 3 touchdowns already with him. So yeah. All right. Next up, the 3-3 Bengals at the 5-2 Niners, man. Brock Purdy, man, we're looking at you. If you're watching you this game, you can't do 3 in a row. Then we're really gonna be that. But now you can't. I'm gonna say this. You were the last pick in the draft, so for what you've done, phenomenal, right? We all can say that. Take the teams to the highest you can take them. But the lowest is starting to look low. Last week's game wasn't bad. This past week wasn't bad. This wasn't enough. Week before that was bad. I don't know.
I know.
I'm gonna roll with the Niners because I just like the. Oh no! Never mind. I don't know if Fred Warner's coming back. When he went out too, it made a big difference. I want the Bengals. Never mind. Let the Bengals.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Bengals too. I feel like this is a must win. Anything for the Bengals here on out is a must win. Yeah. And I'm riding with the Bengals, man. If Debo's not playing and Fred Warner's not playing, Bengals.
I always said the Bengals were going to turn it around. And what way to turn it around by beating the 49ers, while the 49ers at home. So give me Joe and the Bengals. I feel like they'll upset the 49ers.
Yeah. I don't know, y'all. Like, it's tough. It's a tough one for me, man. Like, you're going out to Cali, San Francisco to go see these 49ers, and they coming off 2 L's back to back. It's just real hard for me to see a third in a row.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. And it's crazy because I really like Joe Burrow and the Bengals, but I'm gonna have to be the lone dog out here and say 49ers. I just don't see them losing 3 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it depends. Like if Warner comes back, who's their defensive captain for sure, like he keeps them together, like he played the whole game. If he's not there, yeah, they got Watt. I mean, who's the and Bosa, and those guys. But man, you got when you got that dog, that guy who runs the defense, who can try to lock. Because remember, the Bengals have a lot of weapons too.
Right.
And once they figure it out, keep on that trajectory, I think they'd be hard. They could be hard to beat. And they got to keep Joe Burrow on his feet, man. That's the biggest thing for them is blocking. So, all right. Moving on to the 3 or 4 Saints at the 3 and 4 Colts. I did it for the homie D Morris who stepped in for us last week as a guest, man. Shout out to him and his Saints. Lost last week. Probably going to lose this week. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the Saints are, man. Like, I don't know. David Carr is supposed to be the savior.
Up and down,
like,
man.
Huh?
We said it last week. They're the up and down Saints.
I mean, like you said, Dennis Allen's not the one. So I and I like Minshew, man. I mean, he makes a lot of mistakes. I don't know what it is. He makes a lot of mental mistakes. But I'm rolling with the coach. I'm rolling with the coach with this one.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with the Saints, man. Let's go with the Saints. I just feel like they need this game. The Saints were playing good. They were 3-1 at one time. They've been losing a lot, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Saints on this one, man.
So they're not playing good.
Right. Yeah, they work. They start off 2-1, 1-4 Saints.
They don't even have a spread on this game. Like, I don't know if I'm looking at it right now on my phone. It's a pick 'em. It's not even a +1 or nothing. I'm gonna go with the Colts just because they're at home. Garden Minshew, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a backup, but he's a decent backup. He does attempt to go down the field. I feel like he can make plays against this Saints team. Give me Indy at home.
Yeah, from what I saw last week of the Saints, man, I'm not really like all that impressed with their weapons. I feel like they need some upgrades out there a little bit on the offensive side for sure. And the Colts, they've been having like a sneaky good defense for like the last 2 or 3 years. And I think they got enough to overcome whatever the Saints are trying to bring to them. So I'm going to go with the Colts at home.
Yeah, sneaky good. They gave up 39 points to the Browns PJ Walker and the Browns last week.
I mean, crazy defense, right? Putting them in plus territory the whole game. Like when your defense is flipping the field for you, you should score like that.
I didn't look that up and see that's some kind of record. Your team scored 39 points while the passing touchdown.
It is crazy.
All right, on to the big games that we really care about. First one on top of the head is the 3 and 4 Rams and 4-2 Cowboys. Cowboys come back after much needed bye week. Well, we'll kick it off for let the Cowboys go. I'm gonna take the Cowboys in this one. I like the Rams offense, what they're trying to do. I just think at the end of the day with the Rams, I think it's just they get out talented by some teams in certain positions that hurt them. Whether it's protection for Stafford or him throwing a bad pick, I just think talent is their downfall overall. So I'm gonna roll with the Cowboys.
Yeah, I take the Cowboys in this game. I think the Dallas D line is going to be much more of a problem for Stafford than the Rams D line is as a problem for Dak. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they'll get some pressure on Dak. Dak seems to hold the ball like forever sometimes, but I think they'll be able to handle Aaron Donald, and I think the Cowboys just have too many weapons on both offense and defense. So they'll win this one, probably at least by a touchdown.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close game. I feel like. I think it's gonna come down to whose defense is gonna make that play when they need to make it. And I feel like, we got some dogs still, even though we ain't really been the same like we was when we started the season. But, after, having this bye week and some much time to kind of reflect and rest up, I think the defense is going to get after Matthew Stafford. I feel like it's still going to be a close game. I see the Cowboys edging it out, like something like 27-23, something like that. So give me the boys at home.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first game y'all gonna have an early time on.
Oh, it's a new game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I see
it'll be the first one this year.
Yeah, you only have two of them. You got this one and then the Panthers. That's crazy. Must be nice to play all afternoon games. Have to get up early.
Prime time, baby. Yeah. Prime time.
I must assume that Neutral's gonna pick the Cowboys. I don't see him picking otherwise, but if he get back in time, we'll let him pick his. But Monday Night Football game, man, a much needed comeback dub for the Lions, man. We need this one. I'm going with the Lions just because I think they need the. They don't need it, but it'd be nice to have that. See how they bounce back after getting whooped like that.
Yeah, I feel like the Lions take this game, but what I want to see the Lions do is actually go out there and get this game. And what I mean by that is when they get up 20-7 or something like that, like rip their throat out and make it 27-7. You know what I'm saying? That would show me that okay, maybe they for real that last game was just they laid an egg. But if they come out there and they just barely escape, and a dub is a dub, but I won't necessarily see a whole bunch of growth in it. I'll look at them as where they are, how we feel about them today.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Lions for this one. Like Mars said, you don't want to lose this game, but you don't want to win it tight. Like you kind of want to beat their ass and kind of sit them in their place.
Thanks.
So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Lions to win this one though. But y'all should definitely try to put it on them. I mean, if they're playing with a backup quarterback, man, y'all got to take advantage. But don't sleep on Max Cosby. That boy's a problem. But I still think y'all could get him out.
That's one of my favorite players to watch, man.
He's a dog.
Max is a dog. Yeah. But Nucho, man, what you think about the Cowboys and the Rams game? How you see that playing out and who you got?
Whew, I'm gonna be honest. It's a little tricky, man. I mean, Cowboys are coming off of a bye week, and the Rams are not the best team right now. But one thing that the Rams do well lately, they've been kind of running the ball pretty well with this new running back that got in the backfield.
Tyrion Williams.
Yeah, yep. And we know that they like to do the quick slants, quick passes to their wide receiver. They got Cooper Kupp and the Paku guy. But I feel like Dallas should go in and really beat their ass, honestly. I feel like we should go in, be able to get some pressure on Matthew Stafford, make him uncomfortable, and we should really beat their ass. So, yeah. But I can also see this kind of being a trap game too, just because it's off of that bye week. And sometimes, are we playing in LA or Dallas?
Dallas.
Okay, so we might be straight. We might be all right. We might be all right then. Yeah, we might be all right then. Yeah, I'm picking Dallas, man. It kind of scares me, but I'm riding with the Cowboys, of course, on this one. If we lose this one, though, man, we don't know who we are. We lose this game, man.
Yeah.
If we lose this game, man, it's gonna be tough for the psyche.
I mean, for the injury report they have on ESPN, everybody should be good except, of course, Diggs. So, let y'all know anything otherwise. You guys back fully healthy, unless other than Diggs.
Van Der Esch isn't playing either, right?
Well, he's not on the list.
Nah, he shouldn't be playing.
He shouldn't.
Nah, I don't think he's gonna be playing.
I know that we picked up another middle linebacker, Rashard Evans. I haven't seen him yet though, but
he should be making his debut.
Okay, so that's gonna be cool, man. Because he's just a straight up. He's a run stopper. Don't put him in pass coverage. He don't need to be in there in the nickel formations. Just straight up 4-3. Keep him out there. He's a run stopper. So that'll be good, man. That'll be good. Cowboys.
All right. Well, that will do it for this week's episode, man. Appreciate you fellas jumping in for another week of sports and entertainment and all that good stuff. Same time next week, we're gonna jump in to talk about the opening week of NBA. We kind of got into our little previews earlier, but we'll get into some actual gameplay, talk about some of the rookies that we talked about earlier. Of course, week 8 results. kind of start talking about Super Bowl. Playoff predictions. We can start kind of getting there. So a lot to talk about next week, man. So thank you for everybody who jumped in as usual. Same time next week.
Appreciate y'all coming out.
All right, y'all. Have a good night, man.